Hello again, I'm John, I'm the Warhammer Modeller, and today in this hangout I'm going to carry on with this Relic of the Forge, which I started a few days ago. It's a terrain piece for a Goliath gang in Necromunda, so I'm just going to get back on and carry on. So I've done the front of it in a previous video, so I'm going to get on with the back and the base for it. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this off carefully, because I want to reuse the back for something else, not the back, the crane section for something else. So let's get some clippers on here. So just my thoughts go out to everyone in places where it's not as easy, and there's a lot of them at the moment, so I'm thinking of all of you guys, sending my best wishes and everything. It is worrying times, but oops, well, I'll find those later, they've gone somewhere. But I'm just doing this at the moment. I'm waiting for the reveals from Games Workshop today. I haven't looked at any spoilers or anything like that, so it might even be a surprise, even though I've already think I know what one of them is, but I don't mind. It'd be nice to have a surprise on a few of them. So it's currently 1:15 for me, so I've got a little bit of time to wait before the reveals start, so I thought I'd do another video and ramble on incoherently while we wait. But yeah, how has everyone been? I know this is a not so live one, so it's going to either be comments or likes and things like that, but I hope everyone is okay, and I hope you're getting time to do your hobby. I am now technically on leave for 2 weeks, so I will keep on looking at my emails and everything, but I'm going to have a lot more time for my hobby. Hope to get quite a bit done. Everyone else is doing bits and pieces, but times are strange. So okay, so that's the back. I'm quite happy with that. So this is going to go on there, and I need to carry on the Mohican going along. So let's have a look at where that one was again. Okay, so I'm going to do a pilot hole and then make it slightly bigger. So I had the idea for this a few weeks ago when I was reading the House of Chains Necromunda source book, which I do actually quite love. Can't wait for the other ones to come out when they do. I have to put my hands up and say Goliaths are my least favourite gang, but since the release of House of Chains and sorting out a Goliath gang, I'm really liking them. So I want to finish the gang this week. I might even try and finish it this weekend if I can get some painting in, which will be nice. I'll post some pictures of them when they're done, but I kind of like the idea of a Goliath gang. Now I've had a bit more of their backstory. Perfect. So let's glue this one in. So originally my favourite gang, way back when, the original Necromunda, were Van Saars. I did love them. I had a massive Van Saar gang back then. They were the Orb Spiders, and they went out in a blaze of glory when they were nearly all killed at the end of a campaign. They were leaders of the campaign, and everyone ganged up against them, and that was it. They were then done. But while the run lasted, it was brilliant. Really did like them. So let's hold that in place for a bit. Okay, yeah, that lines up quite nicely. So gonna let that dry for a bit, that glue. And while that's doing, I'm gonna prepare the base. I'm gonna use it's one of the old sections from the it was the Cities of Death terrain from a few years ago. So I'm gonna mount this onto this base. So let's go with a nice bit of glue, probably too much, but I really don't mind. I want to melt that plastic. Whoop. So that's the other thing I've found since all of this has been kicking off, and I've been washing my hands and washing my hands and washing my hands. The problems with my hands from this thumb that barely works, this one that I dislocated years ago, are actually increasing, which is a real pain in the arse. But I'm dealing with it and I'm doing exercises on them, and the hobby helps. Okay, so there is the current base. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's use the front of the head, I'm going to actually mount this like this, so it sits on there. So let's see how this goes. Just going to hold that on there like that, see how, yeah, so if I mount this to the back head, yeah, so this will all get mounted onto the back, so this will all get mounted there. I might drill and put a plastic pin in, so I'll use the glue at the same time, but until then let's do the back of the Mohawk. So let's do a pilot hole. So I've been looking on Twitter at all of the different projects people are working on. There's some really nice stuff at the moment. It's nice seeing positive creativity at a time of such worry. So let's hope to do quite a few more posts on my Twitter account over the next 2 weeks. Brilliant. Let's cut that down. I'll eyeball it at that. That'll do. So I've got no background music on today. Just listening to the noise of the wind outside. Perfect. Oh, let's clean that up. So I often do that. I forget to clean up the plastic. The number of times I get to the stage of painting, I prime the piece, let the primer dry, then look at it and there's a nice big mould line or a big bit of sprue that I've forgotten to cut off, which is a pain, but go back and fix it, it's alright. So what time is it? It's now coming up 22 past 1. Don't know if I'm going to watch the Twitch update or just wait for the blog. Most likely wait for the blog and just chill out for a bit while I'm waiting for it to come in. Undoubtedly things will appear quite a lot on Twitter as they reveal stuff. Okay, so let's drill through this, making sure I don't drill right through my hand, although if I do it'll be on camera and you get to see it. So let's use one of these offcuts as a pin. Okay, that'll work. So I want to position that in here. Put that through there. Okay, so it's going to be there. So a little bit cack-handedness there, don't mind. I'm not going to completely finish this today, but I'm going to get it to a point It's a pilot hole that. Gonna get it to a point where I can leave it on the shelf for a while, get a few ideas. It's what I often do when doing these kind of conversions. So I'll come up with additional ideas later on. But for now, let's just carry on with what we're doing. So that peg is now going to go in there. I'm going to have to cut this down because I bet that won't close. No, it won't. So what I'm going to do is just drop it. Let's just ping that off. It went that way, then that way. So where's the base? There's the base. Let's put this on. There we go. Okay, so I am now going to put quite a bit of glue on here. Let's melt this plastic. So the key now is making sure this is as level as it can be. So for now, what I'm going to do, big blob of blue tack. Let's just position that here. Whoop. I want to make sure that's in place. Let's just put a block here to hold this. There we go. So I like plastic glue. Gives you time to position things and then move things around if you need to. I'm going to put a little bit on here just to weld that in. Right, so while I'm here, let's stick the front on. See how this all goes. And I'm actually doing it off camera. I'm learning while I do this. Haven't done many videos, so this is all practice and learning. Up. There's my thumb going again. It's quite annoying when it does that, but hey, I can just say I'm clumsy. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that in position. Now I'm going to wait for a little bit, see how this dries. Let me just shift this up. Okay, so we're going to let this dry for a bit and I will come back in a second. Okay, so it's been a few minutes letting the plastic go off. It's still a bit pliable. I'm just going to lift it up and see how it sits. That's okay, it still moves a little bit, so it's still got a dry bit. For now, here is side view with the chain axe mohawk, the front of it here. So I'm going to let this dry for a bit now and think about the next things to do. But thanks for hanging out in a not so live hangout. I hope you're all well and I'll speak soon. Stay safe and have a good one.